The chair of the Congressional Pro-Life Caucus is calling on President Joe Biden to restore a pro-life policy he revoked just last week. Representative Chris Smith of New Jersey authored a letter to Biden that's been signed by more than 100 members of Congress. In it, the Congressional Pro-Life Chair writes that abortion is not health care and that the United States foreign assistance should be life-affirming. Last week, President Biden rescinded the Mexico City policy, meaning taxpayer dollars will now go to groups that perform or promote abortions around the globe. Here to tell us more is Representative Chris Smith himself, the chair of the Congressional Pro-Life Caucus. Congressman, welcome. President Biden, a Catholic, rescinded this major global pro-life policy, the Mexico City policy. As a Catholic congressman, as a pro-life leader, what's your reaction?
Profound disappointment. We are appealing to the president to revisit it. Frankly, the unborn children of the world and in this country need friends and advocates, not powerful adversaries. And unfortunately, President Biden has set himself up as the abortion president this early in his presidency and his tenure in office. What a profound disappointment. We know all over the world, in countries in Central and South America, in Africa, Asia, there are pro-life countries that are under siege to reverse their policies that protect life. And where's all that coming from? It's coming from Planned Parenthood, IPPF, Marie Stopes International, and they're the very groups that were denied U.S. taxpayer funding because of that advocacy, because they lobby, and because they perform abortions on demand, even in countries where it's not legal. So it's a very, very disturbing, and he did other things as well in that executive order, including on Title X. The whole idea of separating family planning from abortion clinics in this country goes back to George Herbert Walker Bush. Bush won, and we finally got that during the Trump administration, and he's now looking to reverse that, and also to give money to the UN Population Fund, which has been complicit in crimes against humanity, and that is to say forced abortion and coercive sterilization in China. Under Trump, under Bush, and under Reagan, we did not provide money to that UN agency because of that terrible hand-in-glove relationship with the Chinese Communist Party.
Well, speaking of other administrations, Congressman, you've been serving in the House of Representatives for 40 years now. You've had to navigate through pro-abortion administrations before. What is the pro-life strategy going to be the next 2 years especially?
Well, we will be tenacious. We will respect even those with whom we have profound disagreements. That has been my and the pro-life movement's perspective throughout all of this. I've been in the pro-life movement for 48 years. We love even our opponent. We know that so many people who used to be pro-abortion came over to our side, including Bernard Nathanson, Abby Johnson, who, as we all know, used to run a Planned Parenthood clinic in Texas. Our hope is that, and that our argument is persuasive. What about the child? They talk about choice. Choice to do what? Dismember and decapitate an unborn child, a very hideous process, and after at least 20 weeks, it's a very painful process for the child. And of course, all the deadly poisons, including RU-46, which actually starves the baby to death. They like to gloss over that. They like to trivialize that. And that's what they're doing overseas in countries that are pro-life. The very same NGOs, non-governmental organizations that have led the abortion movement in this country, we're now going to be funding them under Biden's new order. And it's a complete reversal of Trump's executive order. And I find that unconscionable. For a man who claims that his faith illuminates his path, what about the least of our brethren, unborn children? And this, 62.5 million children have died in the United States. And he wants to codify Roe versus Wade. That's what he said on January 22nd. But go even further. Catherine, go even further. The bill that's pending in the House and the Senate in the past, and it'll be reintroduced shortly, is a comprehensive nullification of every state law, like informed consent, waiting periods, parental notification statutes that have saved millions of children. And then the Hyde Amendment. The Hyde Amendment has saved 2.4 million people. 60,000 children are not killed every year by way of abortion. Why? The money wasn't there to effectuate their violent demise.
We only have about a minute left, Congressman, but
Yes.
do you have any hope that there will be Democrats who step up and serve any kind of pro-life leadership role in the House?
Well, in the House, maybe not. Every Republican is pro-life, sadly, and I say tragically, every Democrat, it would appear, maybe there might be one, are pro-abortion. When I got elected back in 1980, there were at least 80 pro-life Democrats. They're not here anymore. They were primaried out. Some retired. People like Dan Lipinski were primaried and lost.
Right.
So these are good, solid people. You know, I'm hoping that the Democrat Party at the grassroots takes back its party and says, we have always been for the little guy and the little gal. We've always been for the least of our brethren. Well, the unborn child is the least of the least because they have been, just completely written out of our law. And again, 62 million dead babies and counting. It's more than all the people living in Italy. The entire population of Italy has been killed in the United States by dismemberment and chemical poisoning.
Congressman, thank you for your pro-life leadership. Congressman Chris Smith, thank you.
Thank you.